Hi, I'm Doug Hurd, and I was an intern here from 2010 to 2012, and it was an amazing, amazing experience. I'm so grateful to have been able to do it.
I gained so much from it. It was life-changing for me, you know, life-changing, and no regular job can do that.
I've learned so much about who I am and how I can make a difference in the world, and it's really going to impact my life going forward.
I feel like it all starts with us first. You got to work with the person in you, and if us men can make a difference and talk to women differently, they'll also, they'll feel more safer.
One thing that I learned about myself here is that I've taken part in abusive behaviors towards my partner, and it's just important that I work on myself, and if I'm going to be a part of this work and creating safer space for women, it starts with me.
Yeah, I think one of the first things that I learned here, and perhaps one of the hardest things, is that I'm not as good a guy as I thought. Being challenged in the internship to think through my behavior in ways that I had mistreated people was very difficult, but also very life-giving in that it helped me evaluate the behavior. Once I was able to be honest about it, I was able to look at changing it.
One thing that will stay with me is thinking about street harassment, and just women have to walk through the world knowing that they might be approached or discriminated against by someone on the street, or be hit on, or have people talking about them, and just move through the world with that in mind. And I've never had to think about that as I walk down the street.
I thought there was the norm, some list of things that I did, the men in my household, I have 3 sisters, 2 other brothers. We always received bigger portions of meals. We always, okay, Fennell get this, Fennell get the bigger piece of chicken, Fennell get this, Fennell get that, But Fennell, if you get to eat that much, what do your sisters get? I never thought about it whatsoever, so that patriarchy standpoint it touched me a whole lot.
The internship was so good at teaching me to ask for and invite women's experience, and one of the things I realized is that a lot of women are so used to their voices not being heard. I thought that if I just listened and was open to hearing things, that women around me would just start to speak. But as I began to listen, I realized that many women didn't feel that freedom to do that. They were not used to having their voice invited. So as I sought to invite their voices, that was one of the big things I learned, is that what it's like for a lot of my friends whose voices I value so much to be speaking things, and for me to value it so much, but for many people around them not to value it. And the tragedy that is, and that what we as a whole, as humanity, lose from ignoring such wisdom.
First, I feel like it was very scary, because I was like, okay, I'm here now, I'm about to start my 24-week class, and I'm about to share my emotions with other men who's willing to be vulnerable and share their emotions too, because I was taught that men don't talk about their emotions, They don't. That's what I was taught. At the end of the day, I feel like that now that I speak about my emotions, that made me a better person.
One thing I've learned is that all men have a responsibility to check their own behaviors and think about the ways that the women in their lives are impacted by what they do on a day-to-day basis. We all play a role in patriarchy, and we can all do something to make a difference.
Yeah, I learned that this is very much something that can't be done alone. So on the one hand, I realized my responsibility to speak up in whatever form I'm given. I'm a heterosexual white Christian male, so there's a lot of rooms where people are willing to listen to me. And so I learned that I have to, when I'm in those rooms, specifically when those rooms are full of other men, I have to use what credibility I have to keep women's experience front and center, and to work with other men to acknowledge those experiences and change them, and change our part in them. And I also learned that I need that I need other men who can remind me of my ideals and who I want to be in terms of the interactions that I have with women and children.
It's opened my eyes to men's willingness to sit down and speak about violence against women and things that are going on in their daily lives that men often don't do. We don't usually just come together and talk about interpersonal details, but once you set out to do it, some amazing experiences can be had, and we can learn a lot from each other.
Oh my goodness. Come here. This will make this first time I came here, I was just thinking in the back of my head, I'm gonna be filing papers, doing this, doing that, typing up documents and doing all these crazy stuff. But it's not like that.
Just come in with an open mind. Just be ready to work on yourself.
It's hard. You'll work for it. You'll have to look at things you'd rather not look at, and you'll have to look at them with other men and be honest about yourself. But man, as you learn to do that, the freedom that gives you and the safety and the health, it's amazing. So please take the plunge, give it a shot. You will not look back.